What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts as a professional player on the Curry Series 7, and in my opinion this is by far Stephen Curry's best basketball shoe, so let's get straight into it. Retail price is 160 euros or dollars, so a little bit more expensive than some other recent basketball shoe releases. With that out of the way, for the performance, the traction performance is absolutely phenomenal, like we've been used to from Stephen Curry shoes. But here we actually have a new and improved flow outsole. It's a decoupled outsole, as you can clearly see, and that just provides a better multi-directional coverage and a better combination of forefoot and heel feel on court, so they just work together better. You can cover more area and it's a little bit more independent, and essentially you don't really touch the floor with the middle of your foot anyway, so that really works very well. And if you're not familiar with the flow outsole setup from Curry brand and from Under Armour, essentially it's outsole and midsole in one, so traction and cushioning in one, and it eliminates the need for a traditional rubber. It works so well that you actually trip over your own feet on clean indoor courts. In the past, the big downside was it's not a very durable setup and it struggles with dustier courts. That's why I said you trip over your own feet on clean indoor courts. Here, the dust pickup and the performance on dust is way better. The durability, however, still is an issue, so definitely don't take these outdoors. They will get beat up within 3 or 4 wears. They even start to wear off after a couple of indoor sessions. I have some spots on the outsole. I'll put some close-ups in the video where you can already see some markings, and I just thoroughly tested them but really haven't worn them on a day-to-day basis. The cushioning setup is actually way improved compared to prior flow models, because Under Armour, while we still have the flow setup, they also added a supercritical foam, is what Under Armour calls it. They don't specify what exactly it's made of, but it does an absolutely phenomenal job. Stepping comfort is off the charts. The insole is actually also very comfortable, but it's just a regular foam insole. So of course, if you want to, you can swap it out very easily. And you just really have such a thick slab of flow and that supercritical foam, especially here in the heel. And essentially it feels like a beefed up running shoe that was made for basketball, or that was beefed up for basketball. You've got fluidity, you've got springiness, you've got a little bit of bounce as well, a lot of energy return while still having great court feel, while still feeling stable, while not being too high off the ground. So it's really a phenomenal setup, and I absolutely love how it feels on foot. So essentially, simply from a cushioning standpoint, you could definitely take these outdoors, but the outsole just won't be durable enough. They will get beat down so damn quickly. So I really wouldn't recommend you doing that, especially because the retail price is also a little bit higher. At first, when I saw them, my concern was that you were going to be very high off the ground, but that was actually also not the case. And if you've been following my channel, you know that I really do prefer setups that are lower to the ground, especially in the forefoot. And I also just couldn't imagine Steph Curry running around with a shoe that feels too high off the ground, because he's been wearing these for quite some time now and he seems to enjoy them a lot. And I definitely did as well, especially the traction and cushioning combination. It's absolutely phenomenal. For the support, that's one thing where I had some issues. I know you've probably heard that from me with a lot of shoes, but that's just something where I'm very critical, because I need shoes to be very supportive. And while this shoe essentially has all the support features that you need, the materials are kind of holding them back a little bit, and I'll get to that when I talk about the materials. But first, simply for the features this shoe has, we have this massive shank plate here between the decoupled outsole that you already saw in the beginning of the video and we talked about. It's plastic, but it's very sturdy and rigid, so it provides excellent torsional support. That was not the issue. We've got an extremely wide base, as you can see as well. We have an outrigger, and we even have 4 linear stability bars inside the flow midsole. So you'd probably think, why am I complaining about the support? It sounds like this shoe has more than enough support features to please me, actually. And I also forget to say, we have a massive heel area, and your foot actually sits underneath this flow or supercritical foam combination midsole. So you're really locked in. The lacing system works well. You've got some extra nylon cables here on the side, 2 on each side, that add additional lockdown. So why am I complaining about it? Well, it's simply because of a material standpoint. The materials are very minimalistic. It's probably the area where they kind of saved some costs. And while I do love the feel of them on foot, I wish that they were just a tiny little bit more containing, so maybe just a little bit thicker, because it does really take some time getting used to. I'm not saying that they're unstable or that they're dangerous to play in, that's not the case at all. It's just a little bit of a weird and unstable feeling at first. I'd also rolled my ankle a week or 2 weeks before that, and I was practicing with them. And I noticed that my ankle kind of hurt a little bit, because usually if there's some compression on there, if there's a lot of material on there, you don't really feel it that much while playing, especially if it happened a couple of weeks ago. But here I just felt like, or my ankle felt like it needed a tiny little bit more on the area or on the joint itself, just to feel a little bit more secure and protected. So that's the thing where I struggle with them. While I absolutely love all the properties of the material itself, and I love the support features, it's great that they put so many in there, because if they hadn't, I think I would really struggle with the thin materials. It's just the combination. I wish they could be a tiny little bit thicker. The plus of materials like that is that they're extremely lightweight. Like I said, overall, the shoe is one of the lightest basketball shoes I've ever had. The breathability is also excellent, and we've even got some extra breathability holes in the tongue. The tongue has kind of got like a neoprene-like material. So compared to the mesh and textile on the rest of the upper, that's a little bit different. And as said, it's a very nice setup. Just the combination of with the shoe being such a low cut and so minimalistic and so light, it's just a little bit difficult and takes some time getting used to, which is also something, if you've never had a Curry shoe, you will definitely need to get used to these. And I don't recommend jumping right into a 5-on-5 practice or an actual game, because first of all, you're going to trip over your feet if the court is clean, and second of all, the low cut in combination with the minimalistic materials is really going to feel like you're wearing a running shoe on the court. And that might be weird at first, but if you get used to it, this is an absolute performance banger, and I really enjoyed them. I mentioned the weight already. I'll put a clip on screen where you can see the exact numbers. They come in at under 400 grams in my size 14, which is absolutely insane. I also put a comparison with the Nike Book 1, as that's my current favorite shoe and probably also my all-time favorite shoe. And they're lighter than the Book 1s. And I think the lightest basketball shoe I've tried so far, probably except from the Xero X1 Low, and these are just a basketball shoe and don't even have cushioning, a barefoot shoe and don't even have cushioning. So they really are an overall amazing performer. I mentioned the things that bothered me a little bit, but I really enjoyed playing in them. And I think I would wait a little bit until they go on sale. Maybe you can catch a Halloween sale or Black Friday sale that's coming up soon. And these, if you get them for like 130, 120, are an exceptional performer and have excellent value for money as well. And to round off the video, where do they come in on my rating scale from 0 to Book 1? They're actually damn close to the Nike Book 1. And I think if these had slightly thicker materials, maybe the material setup of the Nike Book 1 with the synthetic upper colorways, these could be just as good or even better, because they're lighter. They have probably even better support features on the shoe, and they just feel amazing on foot and have better traction on clean indoor courts. The downsides I mentioned, they're not as durable, and the support features take some time getting used to, or actually support features in combination with those thin materials. With all that being said, that's my thoughts on the Curry Series 7, an excellent performer from Curry brand, and in my opinion, Stephen Curry's best basketball shoe. I explained why. If you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. If you do agree with me, let me know as well. And if you could just leave a comment for the algorithm, that would be really appreciated from my side as well. I'd also really like you to leave a like on this video, and it would be cool if you could subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any more performance reviews. Have a good one and see you next time.